ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just going to go right ahead and let's discuss this episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 11, episode 18, The Model Bride. Now, this episode is centered around a couple of things. It's partially centered around Shamari and her drinking. It's partially centered around Eva and her wedding, but it's somehow also centered around everything Nene. And when I tell you that I was over that part, because I said, I don't care. Her mood is foul because she's going through stuff. We get it. In this episode, some things that happened were the fact that Nene lets it be known that Greg said that, maybe we should separate. And I can believe that. I can definitely believe that. But the thing is, in the next episode, it looks like Nene's going to concur. Nene was talking to Shamari because Shamari wanted to apologize to Nene for throwing up in her downstairs bathroom. Nene doesn't care because at least Shamari wasn't there to go and judge her for what happened next. So then Nene lets it be known how she felt, and Shamari was just like cool, calm, and copacetic. And I'm assuming that's probably why Nene didn't unfollow Shamari on whatever platform that was after the reunion. I don't know if things changed since then, but we're just going to move forward because it's Eva's day. It's supposed to be Eva's day. She rented a special place to go and have her, have everyone who's a part of her bridal party there. She had her mother there. Her mother was so happy because Eva gave her this beautiful gift. And also her father's there. I believe she said her father had a stroke, and so his speech is impaired, and I think some of his movement is impaired as well. But he's there to support his daughter, and he looks really happy. And we're really happy for Eva. Yes, we are. What we're not so happy about is we're on the way to the wedding. Everything is still cute. Everything is still cool. Now let's go to Candy. Candy and Todd. So Todd is driving Candy himself, as well as Cynthia and Mike. And Candy wants to talk about what happened with Nene. Apparently, Nene called Candy after Marlo talked to Candy and Portia because Nene was very upset and confused about, wait a minute now, why are you saying this and that to what's her name? To Marlo. And we know how Marlo loves to go and twist his story and give it back. If you've been watching the show, you know that's the truth. You know that's the case. So that's what's happening here as well. So at some point, I guess she's going to have to talk to Nene in person, even though I'm thinking, not today. I don't care about any of that today. I was peeking when we got to the wedding venue. I said, let's see, why does this wedding cost so much? Because Eva said it's $1,000 a head. I said $1,000? Are we getting lobster? Steak? That's the only way I could see at that. Okay. Alright. It looked very nice though. It did. I said that was money well spent. I even saw how the chairs looked. I said, okay. It's white and gold. I said, okay. She looked great. He looked great. The one thing that threw me off was because originally the game plan was that Shamari was going to go as Nene's date. Nene was going to go as Shamari's date. Nene decided, she's not sure if she was even going to the wedding, even though she has to go and do the toast. So that's when Shamari decided, okay, let me go and talk to Tanya. Tanya said, girl, you can ride with me. It's cool. And they said, yeah, let's pregame. I said, no, let's not. Tanya, no, what are you doing? I know Shamari is grown, but no, I would have made sure there weren't no liquor, no alcohol close to us, because if she's going to get tore up, let her start drinking after the ceremony is done. And make sure she eats something. $1,000 a plate, the food has to be good. Make sure she eats something beforehand. Because I'm telling you, if she does not, she is going to misrepresent herself. So now it's time for the wedding, and Nene shows up. Everyone's happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug. Marlo's there as well. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug. Everyone's coming down the aisle. The aisle looked great, fantastic, and Mike's already crying. Eva's crying as she's coming down the aisle. Then her father gives her away. Their what do you call it? Their wedding ceremony was really, really cute. It was really cute. I loved their vows. I loved their vows. It was if you didn't see it, you need to see it, because that part alone was great. And we even saw the guys tearing up. I saw Mike's face, like, it's like, I'm strong. Like, don't cry. Portia's dude, he just had, Dennis had to let it go, because Dennis, he needed to let it go. He was just like, look, I'm gonna cry. You got me. And like I said, it got to everyone. And the whole time when I'm supposed to be having this moment with the two of them, I'm instead having the moment with Nene, because the camera keeps panning back to Nene as if that's what I want to see. Her being upset and uncomfortable and crying, or trying not to cry and hold back tears. I said, no, that's not what I want to see. That's what no one wants to see. We don't want to see that. Why would we want to see that? Why would we want to see that? That took away from the moment. It took away from the moment, and I was upset. I was upset when I tell you. Once I thought Nene was going to get up and walk away during the ceremony, but she kept it together. They said I do's, the kiss, kiss, boo, boo. So Nene needed a moment. She needed a moment. She went in the bathroom. She got herself together. Then she came back out. Because remember, she's still supposed to do the speech. So they had to keep going and coaxing her to make sure that she would stay. And here's the thing. Nene is upset because of some tweets on social media showing that clearly her and Greg are having issues, that he can be very mean and all of that. Nene has her speech. She wrote it down. I said, okay, cool. Here comes Lit Shamari going and, asking Nene about, how are you? Are you okay? How's Greg? All of that. I said, it's great that you're concerned. It's beautiful you're concerned. But because you are a little bit inebriated, you're not thinking clearly. Why would you bring this up now? And it's because she's a little bit inebriated. I answered my own question. Because of that, now we have this conundrum. This conundrum of, now Shamari realized, oh, let me get it together. And she starts being goofy and dropping it low and bringing it back up because she didn't want to make Nene upset or sad. Portia, Marlo, and Candy are talking because they're saying, Marlo, why'd you go and tell Nene that bull? Why'd you go and, misrepresent our words? So then Marlo said, let me go and get Nene so that won't happen this time. I said, good. Let's dead this quickly. So after Nene is talking to Cynthia and letting Cynthia know that, she is just over it. She's thinking about her and Greg splitting up, him about potentially moving out because he is just so mean. And again, this isn't the first time that Nene's dealt with Greg's meanness. I will say that. Because remember, Nene and Greg, they really did split up in the past on this show. So we know that there's always been something there. But I just feel like it's one of those situations where if Greg can't just be the wonderful, happy, supporting husband, because Nene is very, very sensitive. She's extremely strong in other areas, but she is very sensitive. And that's the problem we're having here. That's why she's just over Greg and over the situation. And after that, we see Eva in her second dress. I said, I like the second dress. I know some people were like, okay, the second dress was cool compared to the first one's supposed to be the showstopper. Come on now. So now we have this sit down at Eva's wedding, and that's something I do agree with Nene on. Why are we doing this at Eva's wedding? Because production told us to. We don't have that many more episodes left. That's why. So now they're having this sit down conversation about how this is what Marlo told Nene, and they're clarifying what Nene said. And so Cynthia's kind of having Nene's back, because that's Cynthia. I expect nothing less. Cynthia's that type where she's like, "Oh, we're friends. I have your back. Period. I don't care what it makes you look like. I have your back." Nene was saying how it's just her closet was messy and she didn't want the cameras to go in there. Well, she didn't attack them. We know that she went after the camera crew, but then she was so heated and inebriated that it escalated. And the issues that she has with Greg are what's making all of this worse. And so Nene got upset. She started crying because she's just like, "I'm not a bad person. What happened. And, it was just a respect thing. And, I'm just going through a lot." And like everyone else said, Nene has been on a reality show for a decade now. And she is great at keeping things to herself. She's great at making sure that we don't know the full story, because she has that right to do so. But when you do that, you alienate people's ability to feel sorry for you in a certain capacity, because we're like, how do we know you're going through something unless you tell us? Unless you really tell us. Because everyone's going through something in general. Of course we can have an idea, but how are we supposed to really know? So then she starts crying, everyone hugs and apologizes, and that's all Nene really wanted. And so now Nene, she's good enough to go and do the speech. The speech was cute. It was like a, honesty and trust. Honesty and trust, because, communication, trust, and then she was like, "Love wins." I said, "Love wins? Isn't that for..." Anyway. When Eva's daughter went and said, "Thank you, Daddy," to Mike, I thought, "Oh," I got scared. I was like, "Ooh, is Mr. McCall gonna come?" Messy, I know. Anyway. And then Shamari was feeling up on Candy and telling Eva's mom she was so beautiful. It's like, oh my God, she came out of that, vag. That vag birth. I'm thinking, stop talking. And then they partied and had fun, and Nene left. I said, cool. And now it looks like next week we're going to say that Eva is broke and living a double life. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Remember, if Loving You Is Wrong comes back tomorrow and Wednesday. As well as Empire, Haves and Have Nots, my other channel, Romie Whispers ASMR. Cool.